Hey guys, it's Backpack Jack. Good to see you again. I have got a new day hike kit, get home bag, everyday carry bag that I haven't quite got dialed in yet. I've got some changes to make to it. I've made some changes recently. I've been carrying it around for the last little while and I'm going on a nice hike today, so I thought I'd show you what's inside of it. Let's go for a hike. Come along with me. Somebody's been bushcrafting. That looks like a pretty good little shelter over there. Let's see if we can get over there and check it out. Bigfoot. Hey guys, it's Backpack Jack. I'm out here today for a hike in our local forest, and I thought what I would do is I would show you the day hike pack that I'm using today. This is my urban day hike kit. It's not made for bushcrafting, it's just for outings out with the kids or when I'm carpooling or taking the bus or traveling around the city on foot. Kind of like a get home bag. So I'm going to show you what's inside of it. Part of my kit today, I've got just a little rain jacket here. This is a pullover 3/4 zip anorak style jacket. It is waterproof on the outside and has got fleece on the inside. We've got a couple big pockets in the front and a nice big hood on it to keep me dry. We are gray and overcast today. Forecast is for wet snow or rain later on. The temperature has been kind of up and down. It's very mild right now, but we are expecting temperatures to drop, precipitation to move in. Just in case bag might come in handy. Anybody to see when they open up my backpack in an emergency is a first aid kit. I'm going to pull it out of here and I'll show you what's inside of it. On the first aid kit, I can hook it onto a belt, I can hook it on the outside of a pack. I can also use that as extra cordage. Kit that I take with me when I go on day hikes, when I go camping, fishing, canoeing, whatever. I've showed it before in my fishing kit video, but I thought I'd just go over it again really briefly. In the lid up here, I keep some gauze pads, really easy to get to. We keep a couple emergency space blankets in here for obvious reasons, casualties, whatnot. This is Gorilla Tape, probably about 10 feet or so wrapped on a puzzle piece, so it's easy to get on and off, nice and light, doesn't take up much space. In this bag in here, I've got a Frontier Filter water straw. We've got a yellow Bic lighter and an SOL Slim Rescue Howler whistle, which is really bright. Those are in a Ziploc bag to keep that Bic lighter dry, and they go right in the bottom of this kit to be forgotten about unless there is an emergency. This little thingy here of Tylenol has got some Tylenol and Advil in it. And then this is the bulk, the guts of the first aid kit. We've got about a dozen Aqua Tabs in there. We've got some blister pads in there. We've got polysporin in there. We've got gauze pads in there. We've got Band-Aids in there. We've got tampons in there. We've got Jolly Rancher candies in there. We've got some tampons right there. That is Purell, basically, in there, hand sanitizer. We've got Burt's Bees lip balm. I've got a sewing kit, tweezers, duct tape, and I think there's a couple of Q-tips in there as well, and a roll of gauze. Not the most comprehensive first aid kit in the world, but it fits my skill set, and if I need to do anything more than this, I'm calling 911. On the outside of it, I keep a Fox 40 whistle. High visibility, easy to find in the dark if it need be. In this first pocket, stuff we need right away, can use often. So Cliff Bar, cough drops, a brownie, in a Ziploc bag. A couple extra garbage bags. Wipes. I most often am hiking with a 2.5-year-old who is very messy, so we keep wipes on hand all the time. An emergency rain poncho. And in the second pocket here, I've got some essentials. This is my electronics kit. It's got a charging kit in there, USB charger for a car, USB charger for a wall, and then I've got some earbuds, and I've also got a MP3 player in here that has an FM radio station on it, which is why I carry it. I don't currently have a cell phone, so if I want to get news and whatnot, that is it. This pocket, I keep a spare pair of sunglasses. These are polarized, they're big, really great on a bright day. I do normally wear sunglasses, but just in case they get broken, just in case I forget them, I want to keep them on hand. Little pocket pack of Kleenex. I keep my Mora Light My Fire fire knife in here. I've got a little Ranger band on there for just in case, but this is really good knife. It works well for me. Again, I'm not bushcrafting. I might just need to shave up a little bit of wood, a little bit of feather sticks to get a fire going. This is my go-to. Also for cutting tools in here, I've got my Leatherman Wave, and this is in a little kit. I've got a Maglite Solitaire on the side. I've got a ferro rod on the other side, and then inside I've just got some Q-tips. Water bladder for extra water. Some Sucrets, cough drops. I have a chronic cough. This is a little fire kit, and I will show you what's in there a little bit later. Bandana. A buff. Extra Bic lighter. And a headlamp. This is just an Energizer AA, AAA, battery headlamp. Works great. It's got a strobe, it's got high beam, low beam, great little light. I've got in here a space screwdriver, a couple pens, pencil, and then down in there there's some lip balm. Back in here I've got a notepad and some duct tape. That's probably 10 feet of duct tape or so on that card right there. And that's it for those pockets. And then this last pocket in here, I've got a little container. It's got some safety pins in it and tweezers. I've got a repair needle on here. It's just on that card so I don't lose it. Oh, it's a little bit finicky in here. Tylenol, Advil. In this little Ranger band here, I've got extra AAA batteries for my headlamp and another little mini Bic lighter. Winter is coming and fire is important. And this is about 10 feet of electrical cord on that little card right there. That is it. Simple little Altoids tin fire kit that I keep in this pack. It's got a Coughlin's Doan bar with magnesium and a ferro rod on it. It's got 4 little quick tinders in here. Fluff them up, use them for tinder. A couple of wet fire cubes. And then down in here I've just got some birch bark, a little bit of fat wood, and some pine sap in there. Again, this is not a bushcrafting kit. This is just a out playing in the local woods with the kids, going for a walk, maybe going a little farther away from home, get home bag, not going to be out in the bush roughing it for very long, so just an emergency. And I can seal it up. On the bottom in here, I've also got about 30 feet of 7-strand paracord. In the third pocket of this kit, I keep weatherwear and some basic stuff. I got my wallet and my keychain, which has a little bit of extra paracord on there, and a carabiner as well. All my IDs in there, credit cards, cash, obviously. Extra baseball hat in here. I don't wear it very often these days. It is pretty cold, right around between 0 and 10 degrees lately, so winter hat, important for me. But on those bright days, having a brim makes a big difference. Yesterday I was out, started the day, didn't need it. By midday, I could barely see without it. So sunglasses, hat, still important in the winter. I've got a pair of silk liner gloves. We've got a pair of wool mittens. They're fleece lined in there, really nice and warm for nighttime, really for right now. And then also for nighttime, and with winter coming, I've upgraded and threw in a balaclava. We've got blaze orange on one side for signaling, and it is still the fall and hunting season, so when I go out in hunting grounds, you want to wear orange, so that is my compromise. GI poncho. And that's it. This has got more stuff in it. This is a Thermarest Z seat. It is great for sitting on and kneeling on. We use it a lot when it's cold and when it's wet. It's great kneeling rest. I'm just using my jacket right now, but I keep this in here for just in case. This is my Toiletries Kit. As I said, I travel with a 2-year-old very often, so this kind of stuff is kind of important. I've got one extra diaper for her. She is toilet trained, but when we get out too far from home or if an emergency happened, if we got stuck out overnight, she does wear a diaper at night, so this could come in handy. Got some toilet paper in there for her as well. Garbage bag. This is a chamois. You get it wet and it will soften up and it works fantastic. We've got a bandana in there. I've got a couple maxi pads in there, about a half dozen tampons, and some lip balm in there, and a little bit of soap. It's just a basic toiletries kit. I probably can make do without it on just a short little hike, but you just never know. Oh, there's also a Purell in there. You just never know, so we'll keep that with us. It's light. It takes up a little bit of space, but it is nice and light. First thing you come to when you open it from the top is a first aid kit. I will go through that later and show you what's inside of it. There is a lanyard on there, as well as a paracord bracelet. I can take this if we make a little day camp like the spot we're sitting at right now and hang the first aid kit in the tree. It makes it visible for everybody. And this is my chow bag, and here I've got some hot chocolate, I've got a Cliff Bar, I've got some instant coffee, I've got some Kool-Aid, I've got a collapsible cup for Backpack Girl, I've got a spoon for Backpack Girl and I. There are 2 MRE utensil kits in there with coffee, cream, sugar, salt, pepper, napkin, wipes, and spoons. Also got in here right now, I think, a bag of noodle soup. It's got a whole bunch of different noodles and rice and chicken bouillon in there. Kind of like a super duper ramen noodle homemade mixture. There is a bandana in there for washing up. There's our noodle soup mix. That's probably enough for 2, maybe 3 people, 2 or 3 servings or so. And then for breakfast, this is my homemade oats. It's got steel cut oats, rolled oats. It's got a little bit of quinoa in there. It's got some almonds. It's got some pecans. It's got some brown sugar, some cinnamon, and some milk powder. And I think that's about it for right. Oh, a Larabar as well. So a little bit of snacks and a little bit of hot drinks, a little bit of hot food. We do like to do our bush cooking, and this is a pretty simple kit to make that happen. Also, to make that happen, decided to go with an Esbit stove in this particular kit. I've got 6 wet fire cubes in there. I've got some aluminum foil, and I've got a couple tent stakes that will work as a grilling rack on there, so I can put a smaller cup on there and fire it up with that. I really like the Esbit stove. It works fantastic. I need to make a windscreen for it before the weather gets too terrible, but it's light, it's compact, and really important. We're not allowed to have open fires in our city. So when we're in the city and hiking and we want to have a lunch, this is about the only way we're going to do it unless we bring a canister stove. Also got some extra Esbit tabs in there. I think those are the cheap knockoff versions from Coughlin's or from Coleman, but they're in a pretty airtight container. And then this is my emergency fire kit. It's got a whole bunch of fatwood shavings, some tiny pieces of fatwood, well, bigger shavings, I guess, but smaller, like twig sort of. And then it's got some jute twine in there, and well, it's all sealed up. There's a little hole in the middle of it, so I could make charcloth out of that if I wanted to. And then the other part of my cook kit, I've got a 32-ounce stainless steel water bottle. It is wrapped currently in my pig sock, which helps reduce noise. It also helps insulate the bottle a little bit so it doesn't freeze. And then this is my Outbound Research Cook Kit. It's got 2 cook pots. Really simple. It's anodized aluminum. You can see they're well used and well loved. That is, I think, about 750 milliliters or so. That one's a little bit smaller, obviously a cup, and then there is a lid inside the stuff sack for that as well. So between 2 cups and a pot to cook in, plus my water bottle. Oh, I forgot, in my water bottle holder there is a fish meal spreader. So if we did have a fire, we could hang the bottle over the fire if need be and have another boiling vessel. And then 2 more pieces left in here. I've got a bag of extra clothing in here. This is a 5-liter dry bag, and inside of it there's a pair of merino wool socks and a merino wool top, a shirt, a light shirt, not a sweater, but a light zip-up shirt that's got kind of like a half neck on it that will keep my neck warm. And there's also a pair of spare underwear in there. This is a wool poncho. It's about the exact same dimensions as my GI poncho. I can use it as an extra blanket. I could use it as a sweater. We could use it as a poncho liner. We could use it as a blanket, obviously, for the backpack girl when she's in her stroller. And the last piece of this is my shelter kit. So in here I've got a 2-person SOL heat sheets bivvy. I've got 30 feet of jute twine. I've got 30 feet of 550 paracord. I've got 2 hand warmers, chemical hand warmers in here. Looks like maybe a body warmer in there as well. And then stuck in the middle, we have this big piece of black garbage bag. It's open width, which means it's not folded, it's not closed up like a sleeping bag, but it's about 7 feet long by about 4 feet wide and make a nice addition to a shelter. So between those 2 pieces there and my GI poncho, along with some cordage, I'll be able to make a shelter if needed. And there's another tiny little piece of jute twine in there as well. That is my suburban day hike kit. We haven't been out for a lot of hikes lately, but my life has changed dramatically the last little while. I'm now a stay-at-home mom, quite loving it. Backpack girl and I go out for a walk just about every day, and we're going to start doing some serious hiking very, very soon. Hope to see you there. Take care, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.